Oh, hey guys. Oh, well, today we're in Osaka. Show me that.
I explore.
Hey guys, Lucas from I Explore here, and today we're in Osaka, of all places. How did we end up in Osaka? I don't even know. I just woke up in a locker. I don't know how I got there. Here we are. And since we're in Osaka, I thought we'd check out an area called Tsuruhashi, which is one of my favorite places to shoot in Osaka. It's a kind of street market, I guess, but it's all covered by awnings and roofs and train tracks and stuff, so it feels kind of underground. And it's a bit of a Korea town, like a lot of third, fourth generation Koreans who've lived in Japan. You know, those families have moved here ages ago. They live here, and so there's a lot of Korean food, and there's also a fish market, that kind of stuff. So we're gonna do some street photography there. We're gonna check it out and see what we can shoot. So this is the kind of area that this is famous for, these kind of passages with the little roof awnings. And yeah, today I have two lenses. I'm going to shoot with either the 28 here, or I'm going to switch to my recently acquired 85 and see what we can do with that. I think this shot here will look good with the longer lens. Stick it all in my pocket here. All right. Nice. There we go. Love all these lamps just going down the alley like that. Let's keep going. And you can see around here there's a lot of Korean food, which we'll probably have some of later. So the market actually goes in the other direction, but I want to check out this space because it's really cool and gloomy. Bookstore, this guy reading a magazine. Nice simple scene. Let's see if we get a better shot of him. A better angle on this guy. Back up a little bit because it's tricky to get him and the sign from too close. Alright, nice. We're gonna head to the left here, back to the interior of this market. And already like this entryway is really, really cool right now. Great light. Again, we're gonna need to wait for a nice subject here. Get a little closer maybe. See, I'm just focusing on the sign up there. And then when people are under the sign, I can shoot. Something that I've noticed over the months now of using the Z6 is that the metering is not very reliable, actually. It's probably the biggest nuisance of using this camera compared to my D4. But yeah, just to recap what I was saying, very finicky with the exposure I'm noticing over time as more I use the camera. In situations like this where there's a lot of darkness and something bright, if I just move the camera slightly, the exposure goes everywhere. And then if I use the exposure compensation, I say, okay, change the exposure from 0 to -1. It should be 1 stop, but sometimes it'll change it by like 2 stops because the metering slightly changes based on what's there. The other annoying thing is you point the camera at the ground for a moment, like, I'm just put it down. It meters on the ground naturally. When I point it up there, it has to meter for that. Totally makes sense, but it takes so long for the camera to realize that, okay, this is really bright, so I gotta lower the ISO, and it happens so gradually, and I don't know. Maybe the SLRs do that too, but you don't see it because you don't see what they're doing because there's no EVF, right? So yeah, it's like a market with, a lot of food and restaurants, but then also like shoe stores and stuff, clothing, all kinds of food. Everything smells good. And then what's cool is it seems almost like, I don't know if people live in there, but it feels very much like it's just the first floor of their homes. Maybe they live upstairs, or at least they used to live upstairs, I imagine. I mean, now they don't. But in like the 60s and something, when this place was starting to come into existence, I believe they did. I get a shot over here as well, back in this direction, because it's kind of nice with the signage here. A little closer. Yeah, it's actually brighter than I thought. I thought it was going to be kind of dim in here, but I'm on f5.6 and the ISO is quite low, which means there's actually a lot of light coming in from above. It helps that it's a very sunny day today. But here's what you see what I mean, like the entrance here. It's like in Japanese it's called the genkan. So you have like the place for your shoes and then like a ledge up. And that's unusual for a store. Usually a store you just walk right in. So this is more like what someone's first floor of their house would look like this, the entryway. So I imagine these used to be just residences or like residence shops. I don't know, it's very retro, that's all I know. Keep going this way. And this first place here on the corner, in my experience, is always very lively with these ladies in these yellow and red uniforms. Very colorful. Try shooting this. My experience here shooting in the past is people are very friendly. They're just surprised that you're even interested in what's going on here because not a lot of people come here. It's not like a tourist spot or anything. Very local. Maybe from this angle I get a nice shot of this one. Yeah, brighter than I thought actually. I associate this area with kind of gloominess because of the awnings. But I guess I've come here on more cloudy days before. Because today it's very bright, even though we're underneath these roofs. Okay, we're gonna go more in this direction. More in this fish market. Now here it might actually be kind of dark. Less window space. But we recently posted a video about how to get comfortable shooting people in public. And I do remember in that video we didn't choose the best place. Hold on, here we go. Konnichiwa. これは全部韓国料理ですか？そうですね。だから初めてです。そう。私はポーランドです。ポーランドから。でも今は日本に住んでます。そうそうそう。でも鶴橋1回2回来たことある。だからあるでも詳しくない。ありがとう。This is nice too. And actually here it goes outside again. So this place is like a maze. And as I was just telling that lady, I don't know it that well. I've only been here a couple of times. So we'll go left here. I think we'll eventually wind our way back into the deep parts of the maze. So now I'll get a shot right here. There's a lady. So what I was saying a second ago is we shot a video and I posted it recently about how to get comfortable photographing people in public. And in that video, I didn't choose the best place to shoot it, so we didn't actually get that many good examples, but I stand by what I said. And I think this was a great case. So you see, the people noticed me shooting, and I didn't run away. I just stood my ground, and I took some more photos, and I tried to make eye contact. And one lady didn't respond to me. She didn't even seem to care. I mean, maybe she did or something, but you know what I mean? There was no like reason to interact. But then the next lady, she looked really funny, so I just sparked up a little simple conversation. And so that's what I'm getting at. That was actually a better example than that video we recently posted of how to just be comfortable. And don't hide what you're doing. I got a big camera. Nobody cares. Sometimes they're a little bit like, whoa, this guy's taking photos? Why? But yeah, I think you get the idea. So this is a good example of just how to be friendly and outgoing and open in the street and not being too worried about people getting annoyed. Some of them might have gotten annoyed. They might have said, hey, don't take my photo. And in which case I would have said, no problem, right? Yeah, so glad we had those little interactions there. Let's keep going deeper into this area. Here, right away, I can smell the pork. They smoke pork here. And hopefully they're doing it now. We can get some shots of that because it looks really cool. Ah, it's there. So this is what I mean. It's like a maze. Almost walked right past it. So let's let the camera go first so you can see what we're going to shoot. But there's this guy at the end there, and he's smoking pork. In fact, the kanji, that red kanji above the passage says buta, which means pig or pork. Yeah, nice. Get a shot here right away of this pork just hanging and smoking. One thing I try to be mindful of when I'm shooting in places like this is to stay out of the way of the people working here. I don't want to get in the way of someone who's just trying to do their job. That's the last thing I want to do, is be annoying. But yeah, this pork looks pretty damn good. Ah, dame desu ka? Okay, sumimasen. Alright. Okay, so there you go. See, that was another good example. She said, hey, you sir, don't shoot this. And I said, okay, no problem. And I stopped. But we're gonna go back this way, okay? Because this is a dead end. Still glad I could show you guys. And actually just before, well, we gotta let the camera come out. But I do want to shoot a little bit more through this passage. That was a nice moment. This guy is delivering some pork. Let's get maybe another one. Not the best angle, I was a little too close, but I got something. So now just before we head on, I want to shoot back down this passage because there is a cool shot here that I've done before with a pretty open aperture of getting, it's going to be kind of hard to record, but I want to get this this sign that says Buta above there, and then getting the way it reflects in the the wall a little bit here, even maybe a little closer, because it's reflecting on this utility box thing. And then if I'm lucky, somebody cool will walk by. Get a little lower so we can see the whole kanji. Put a little angle on my frame so I'm not framing it straight, because that's kind of boring. I even like a little bit of barbed wire up there. There we go. Not the most interesting people though. As I said earlier about the metering, this is another place where I'm struggling to get the metering just right. It's like, it's too bright, it's too dark, it's too bright, it's very inconsistent, which makes it tricky. Yeah, I admit, maybe it's something with my settings. Maybe I gotta look around at the settings a little bit more carefully and figure it out. But it's just starting to feel like in situations like this with a lot of contrast and tricky lighting, it might be better just to go full manual. It takes a little longer, just a little bit longer to set up the exposure for a particular shot, but I get much more consistent results. Can I get one more from a little closer? Without this stuff, I think that's better. Make that Buta sign bigger in the frame. Yeah, I guess what it is that, let's let these people through, being totally in the way here. Okay. All right, whatever. I got my shots. We don't need to shoot that anymore. It's good enough. I've got something that looks pretty cool. Yeah, so we'll keep going. We're gonna go this way. This area is the meat section. So there's a lot of meats being prepared here. Okay, actually this view is kind of cool. Kind of, it's a little tight. Let's keep going. Here it's like women's fashion and stuff, kind of old school retro. Nice salmon shop. Okay, selling, I guess, kind of smoked or cured salmon. Really good. Oh yeah, and then another good street. I like this one too. The view back in this direction is really nice too. If I can get this corner store. There we go. That's nice. Okay, cool. Simple scene with nobody in it. That's what I was hoping for. Sometimes I don't want a person because it's just like a prominent person because it just distracts from the overall look of the place. You can go this way. Got a nice moment there. And I love that the lady here who is selling at this shop, she has a soroban on the on the counter there with all the stuff. It's like a Japanese abacus. It's a little bit different from an abacus, not quite the same. And I don't know if they use it. She wasn't using it, but it's just there out, so it must be in use, in regular use here. There you go. She just picked it up. Kind of a cool scene. This guy eating his lunch here next to his graffiti. Alright, so now we're gonna go down this little side street here. Maybe yeah, we can go this way. This guy's really cool right now. Very nice. Cool little scene. This guy reading a newspaper in there. Let's look around this area. So like I said, you see they're winding down here because this is the wholesale area where people are, bringing in the fish and then selling them to those places over there, I assume. And then we're back over here on the main street. What you want? Okay. All right. It's always a little scary taking a photo of somebody sharpening a knife because you never know if they're going to stab you with it. All right, guys. I think that's enough of exploring Tsuruhashi today. It was pretty cool. We didn't spend too much time, about an hour just wandering around. So I hope you enjoyed the little tour of the area. I think I got some pretty cool photos. As I said, the camera was being a little bit annoying, but in the end it worked out okay. I got the shots I wanted. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. And of course, a big thanks to our Patreon supporters, people who support us on the channel on YouTube as well by joining the channel. Any kind of support, buying our t-shirts and, checking our referral links about the gear that we use. This is all very helpful to keep the channel, growing and keep us motivated to keep making more videos for you guys. All right. So thank you so much for watching. And remember always, challenge your eye.